Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/SorgatronMedia. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Wrestling Mayhem Show 262. Woo. Nice round number. Too bad the Remedy, wherever he may be, isn't here.
He's in hell.
In hell. Oh, that's right. We got a great show lined up for you here. As always, we got Johnny Gargano is going to be on the line, joining us here shortly. Just back.
He's needs the cat's pajamas, and no, we did not call him bananas.
No, we did not. Of course, straight off of his Japan tour during the craziness going over there with DragonGate, and we'll talk about that in a little bit more. But of course, with us as always, always-ish. He's around a lot. Mad Mike from the Bronx. How you doing tonight?
Sorg, even though I may not always be present on the show, I always leave a presence and a remnant.
Blah, blah, blah.
And that's in the form of a very long email, usually.
Yes, exactly.
You know, I like that, though. And I like this rotation, because then we remember why you came on the show.
Because I'm the best emailer of all the times.
No, you brought him on to piss me off. That's what happened.
Yeah.
All right, Chachi, you still owe me curtains, bitch.
Hey,
you do. You do.
I tried to give you jewelry last time you were in town, but that's still in the Sorg's house.
Was
jewelry?
fake.
No, that was real.
Did you try to give him a pearl?
Yeah, I got him some. No, I got him some Yankees stuff.
Sorry, I stole that from John Cena. Whatever.
Oh man,
I got him some straight up gold Yankees jewelry, bling, and he fucking left it in the bathroom.
Fuck.
I don't know.
He's all sad now.
Sad face Chachi. There you go on the couch. There's Chachi of Chachi Says. ChachiSays.net. Chachi plays video games with Chachi Says the hat. For Chachi Says the man.
Wow.
How you doing this week?
Say my name anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he has a Chachi Plays for Kids shirt.
Right.
For Chachi Says the man.
Right.
Yes.
I'm doing well.
You doing well?
Yeah.
Coming off Raw last night.
Coming off Raw last night.
Amazing experience.
It was.
Yeah, we don't usually say that.
No.
When there's a reason. And also from Corpus Crosby, Texas, is the WrestleFan.
The award-winning WrestleFan.
Oh, great. Now
it's gone to his head.
Now it's gone to his head.
Oh my God, Raw was in Pittsburgh last night.
Oh yeah, oh, great, right. Now all the WrestleFan nights are gonna be crazy for the WrestleFan, and
WrestleFan mania is gonna run wild on you, brother.
Yeah, if I tune in one week and he's in a glass cage, I'm just gonna
we're canceling the show.
We're canceling the show.
Yeah, we're canceling the show.
You'll single-handedly end the Wrestling Mayhem show. Thank you. Maybe it should have happened a long time ago. Who knows? How you doing this week?
Oh, you know you love me. That's why you voted for me.
No one voted for you.
I didn't vote for you. I still maintain that shit was rigged.
Yeah, I think so too, because I didn't vote for him.
And I didn't see any breakdown of the voting.
Which is odd, because I didn't even vote for me.
Exactly. See?
Yeah, where's the breakdown of the voting that you promised?
I voted for Sorgatron. I'm just that awesome.
I voted for Sorgatron.
I didn't vote for Sorgatron.
Me. Fuck you guys.
Wow.
And we learned something about Mad Mike here on the
WrestleFanatics.
And again, we are the Wrestling Mayhem Show. I am Sorgatron. Please, if you stumbled on this, WrestlingMayhemShow.com is where you can find
the channel.
No, don't change the channel.
Go for help. I'm being held here against my will.
No.
Chachi, you like being held against your will.
Shut your mouth.
I'm sure he does.
Whoa, what was that?
By the ladies. God, what were we doing? Oh, yeah, we're telling people how to reach us at Mayhem Show on Twitter, or you can email us like the fine folks we're about to hear from at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, or you can phone us, as a few of you did this week, at 412-206-WMS0 is where you can find all that.
We need a fancy song, since you have one for the Awesome Cast.
For what?
The phone number.
For the phone number. Like 412-206-WMS0.
There you go.
Wow.
You just earned that spot. You just earned a job here on the Mayhem show,
and you're fired.
and also you can.
Well, good severance package.
You can find us, of course, also on Blip TV, on YouTube.com, YouTube.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show, on MediaFly, on your Roku player, and all that stuff.
You can find us on this thing.
That thing right there, the iPhone. Yes, it also works on iPad, Android. That's a $1.99 app for you. You get special videos, including a little bit extra with Johnny Gargano tonight, that you won't get anywhere else. Also, I do want to apologize anybody that didn't get 2 weeks ago's video. All that has been updated. There was apparently a problem at Wizard, but all that's updated. You got all your extra content and quick access to all the episodes available. And the phone, the phone number and the address, the email, the Twitters.
206 WMS0.
Minutes from the mall. All right,
and you're fired.
Now that's the
Fine.
sequence. I see.
I'll do that shit freelance.
Taste the rainbow, bitch.
Oh man. So yeah,
Judgy makes it rain.
Let's do some fan mail here. We got a lot coming in.
Make it rain.
We'll start it off here. We got a WMS mail from another award winner, the Riz.
I'm glad that WrestleFan, for the video watchers, Skype is interesting on this machine, and it's just a smiling WrestleFan.
I'm happy.
Maybe
I'm going to be happy for a little while.
Don't make me
Well,
tell your
who
mom.
isn't happy in Corpus Crosby?
Corpus Crosby, crispy crust. WMS.
Wow.
First of all, I would like to explain the reason why I had no email in last week, so there's no confusion. It seems after it got to my attention that my 5 cents an email employee, Pedro, made me lose this year's Mayhemmie for a contributor and pretty much sweep the entire Mayhemmies. He followed suit of Julio and Guadalupe as to the emailers that are, well, no more, and shipped back off to a country which will be held for obvious reasons. I guess you got to do...
Why does Riz have indentured servants?
I don't know.
This email got weird.
There's been weirder stuff, you know it. I guess you got to do things yourself to get a Mayhemmie around here. That or have a 15-minute voicemail about how much DJ Lunchbox is wrong when he isn't wrong. We'll get into that later. Now on to better things.
Well, shit, if that's all it takes, I'll do that next year.
Now on to better things. The Hall of Fame Celebrity Wing is getting a new member this year when they induct Drew Carey at Atlanta the night before WrestleMania. I hope we talked about the subject a little bit on the show last week, but after some time to sleep it over, here is my top 5 people that I would love to see introduce Drew Carey. Number 5, Bob Barker. As it was said on last week's show, David Gargano tweeted that it would only be worth it to see Drew Carey get inducted by the man that he took over for the Price is Right job in the first place, Bob Barker.
Hell yeah.
Although Bob might keep asking if they slammed him yet.
That's true. Number 4, the Brian Kendrick. He's not doing anything on TNA now.
True.
He was also on The Price is Right. See where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
Number
I see
3,
where you're going
Wayne Brady. The man who makes Brian Gumble look like Malcolm X. Has his own...
Wow.
That's
man,
a
is
pure
Wayne Brady
reference,
gonna
my
have
friend.
to choke a bitch?
Has his own show that is on before The Price is Right, correct?
Yes.
Why not have Wayne Brady go on before Drew Carey? Old white people would love it. He does. Well, wait. Wayne Brady does host that one show. What was it? That one game show.
Make a deal. Let's make a deal.
Yeah, let's make a deal.
The singing bee. No, I think he also did Let's Make a Deal.
No, he does. Let's make a
It's
deal.
bad.
I don't think he
It's
does.
bad.
Some dumb broad does singing bee.
No, Wayne Brady used to do the singing bee, or Don't Forget the Lyrics. One of the two.
No,
it was a
some
karaoke
idiot.
song.
You know
Some
way
white
too
dude
much
that
about
no one
this.
Cares about
I've
this.
watched it a lot.
Yeah.
Number 2, Mimi Bobek. To shove it in her face. Drew can call up upon his worst nemesis on the Drew Carey show to induct him into the WWE Hall of Fame. That way he can get back at her for sending him to China.
Only if they do.
Have Craig Ferguson do it. That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
that'd be even better. Yeah, only if everything is like Drew Carey show kayfabe.
And number 1, the cast of Whose Line Is It Anyway? Performing a hoedown, singing about how they love bees, oh the fun and hilarity of improv. Until
Five
next
people,
time.
and you didn't mention fucking Kane.
I don't know.
Or Jeff
Until
Hardy,
next
you know, the
time,
people Drew Carey
ASL,
technically
Riz.
eliminated.
That is another reference. That I
ASL.
don't think that will make no sense to nobody except for the people that are in this room.
What, the
Besides
ASL? Oh, that was
Yeah.
from Quake. Yes.
Haven't you skateboarding?
Raise your hands if you're old enough to know what ASL means in a chat room back in about
I do
98.
now.
I do.
All right, yeah, that's
I do. I usually add a P at the end.
what's the P
Yeah, the
for?
ASLP.
Pick.
Pick.
Pick as in picture.
Like picture. Like
Oh,
photo.
yeah, I remember
Hey,
that.
there you go.
Back when we were all
Where
like
is Chris Hansen?
15.
Back when I was on
and-
Prodigy. It was awesome.
Back when everyone was pretending to be 16-year-old females on the internet.
Yeah, yeah,
Those were
that
the
that
days.
ratio of Cyber getting some was way too high for
I
any
know.
of us, to
Yeah.
be honest. as geeky
Cyber
as we
getting
are.
some.
Yeah, you had to make sure.
Look at Chachi.
Your
Chachi's so
WrestleFan,
relaxed.
You're spoiled.
Hey,
with all your-
I am rocking
with
the couch
all
this
your
week.
Cell phone pics. And
You
all
can't
your-
even tell, but I am
Yeah, I need to
rocking-
pull a wide shot to see how you got your feet up and everything over there. That's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
I am
He
rocking.
Oh,
has his
jeez.
pants on.
I am
He
rocking.
does have
Give
his
me old
pants
cheese.
on. Everybody
Give me
knows.
a cheese sandwich.
Actually, no, we don't know you have pants on.
Right.
All right,
I saw
scary.
pants.
The next one is from a return, the Wolf. And if you don't remember the Wolf and his emails, I actually got it here for you guys.
You want me to read the Wolf's email, Sorg?
No, I got this. I want to make sure I don't
Okay.
show his email. But there you go. He always like illustrates it pretty nicely for
Ooh,
us.
stars.
Yeah,
I
you
like
got
stars.
stars. I don't know. Is this
There's
like?
no super moon there, though.
Yeah. This isn't in homage to the supermoon or anything. So let's get with it. And if this resolution isn't as bad as it looks, maybe you can read along. In a galaxy far, far away, a motherfucker was snubbed at the Mayhemmies. Not a soul.
He was snubbed now that I think about it. Shit.
I
Way
voted
to
for the
go!
Wolf.
Way to go,
I'm throwing that
organizer!
out there.
He hadn't emailed in like a year.
Yeah, it's been a while, you know. Not a soul remembered the funny he once brought, the controversy he stirred, nor the bullshit he exposed. Accepting the fall into the void. It's white on black. I'm sorry, it's a little hard. That's what she
Sorg,
said.
that's racist.
What?
It's white on black.
Oh,
That's
shit.
racist.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to be honest, there's a whole lot of stuff in this thing that
I love when the Wolf
What?
emails.
There's a lot of stuff in what?
in this email.
What are you saying? There's no content to this email?
No,
Are you
no,
calling
I mean,
out the
a
wolf
whole
for
lot
not
of-
having content in his email?
WrestleFan
Look at all that content in that email.
Wow.
Ah,
Look at all that white
You
on
guys
black.
are fighting.
Look
Read
at all
the
that white
email.
on black content right there.
That's it. Everyone go to your rooms.
All right. Anyways,
I'm in
accepting
my room.
the email.
Good.
Accepting the fall into the void was bullshit, but somehow a ninja like me never stand down for long. Sorry about the long intro, but ninja. What the fuck is up, WMS crew? I am so happy to be fucking back in the mecca center of pop culture, the Wrestling Mayhem show.
so I think that
That's
maybe
going
the
on
only
iTunes.
reason
Oh,
he
yeah.
emailed
That's
us
going
is
on
because I didn't
iTunes.
The
include him in
Mecca
Mayhemmies.
center of content.
I'm sorry, WrestleFan. We kind of stampled on you.
Well, I was saying this is probably the reason he emailed us after a year because I didn't include him in the mayhem.
He's like, hey, wait a minute, motherfucker. WrestleFan organized that stuff. So,
WrestleFan counted all the votes. Rig!
on the
Bullshit.
Wolf's thoughts on failure, or WTF as he capitalizes,
What the boop?
I will. Really, that's the thing we bleep.
I don't-
Wow.
Everything in this email,
Yeah.
that's what we bleep. I will shit on WrestleMania. Who gives a shit what number? What number are we again? 28?
27.
27.
Really, since it's Roman numerals, I think I forgot.
Yeah, 27.
It's not Roman numerals. Wait, no.
Remember?
Remember.
Because Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton wrestled at V WrestleManias ago.
Yeah. Chachi turns to me during is like, how?
I
Wait,
don't know
WrestleMania.
two WrestleManias if they just give up and do X7 and X8.
Yeah, they no consistency.
Well, that's because they were coming off WrestleMania 2000, which is really WrestleMania 16.
Yeah, there is no 16. Anyways,
Just
anyways,
like Regular Jamie hates 5.
I can't be the only one who fucking hates WWE right now. WrestleMania is supposed to be the be-all, end-all of wrestling pay-per-views, but this year's is bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I may want to chant that. I don't know.
You sound like a TNA fan.
Okay, so at 2/21/11, that was yesterday. Triple H and Undertaker returned. Oh, that was actually
What do you mean that was yesterday? That was a month ago.
Yesterday was the 21st. I'm sorry. I can't read numbers right now. It's white on black. The Triple H, at least... fuck.
Oh,
Triple H and Undertaker returned and had a... Sorry, faggot-ass stare down.
Fudging.
Fudging ass stare down?
Yes.
Fudging.
Okay.
Fudging ninjas.
No, there's no ninjas.
No, there's no ninjas in fudging.
I'm just saying.
WrestleFan
Bullshit,
ninja
bullshit,
is a specific
bullshit.
term.
But at least the match is Mania caliber. Dolphin Divas versus Morrison and Divas is a fucking dud, but hey, all Manias have one. Usually the women's match, so. But the most utter bullshit is Miz versus Cena. Cena, you must have stabbed the baby, killed a puppy, and raped a cancer patient to be facing Miz at WrestleMania.
Whoa.
The only way to get either a good match or a true moment is to have The Rock get involved. LOL, capitalized. So he's really rolling on the floor laughing.
Lies. The last time Miz and Cena had a one-on-one match on Raw, it was really, really good.
Hold on. How does it feel, Vince, to have a ninja save WrestleMania? Yes, Vince. Elijah Burke.
In all fairness, he's only half a ninja.
He's a Samoan ninja.
That could be a show title right there.
He's only half a ninja.
Ninja.
Do you smell what the Samoan ninja's cooking?
Fuck. The only way to get either a good match. Okay, yeah. How does it feel? Fuck. Yes, Vince. Elijah Burke fired. Shelton Benjamin quits. MVP quits, but still the people's ninja comes through. I hope Rock helps the Miz retains. Because there is no way Miz can defeat Cena one-on-one at Mania. Now I'm done. Now I'm done, but before I go, I gotta thank personally Sorgatron, Lunchbox, Mad Mike, and WrestleFan. Sorry, Chachi.
Yeah, he doesn't hate me.
For making sure the Mayhemmie say ninja-less. LOL.
Hey, that's not true.
Whoa.
Lunchbox
But truly,
nominated.
thank you. Save your applause and hate for the end of the email, please. I just hit another thing.
Lunchbox was nominated and Hot Wheels was nominated. There were some ninjas in there.
Hey, there you go. Legit.
And wasn't the Silent Ninja on the show? Ish?
Oh, his song's playing. This is the song attached to his email. It just started playing. I don't know how. Oh, that would be the background music. Now that I'm done, but before I go, I gotta thankfully, I got that part. But truly, thank you for the best wrestling podcast. Keep the funny, and someone tell Sorg if you want Street Kid to pull out the motherfucking Super Nintendo. Hold on a second.
It's out. I see it.
I got this. Hold on. We got you there. What the fuck you want? What the fuck you want? I got a Super Nintendo. You got a Super Nintendo. This mother ninja has a Super Nintendo. So all you ninjas get out of my way so I can play some Super Mario World. Bitches. That was officially for you. Yes. There you go.
Bitches.
And now
We have more email.
Do we have more email? Oh my god.
Email.
Let's run through it quick and I figure out how to turn the audio off on this thing.
We have a new emailer, Christopher Chapman.
I want to read this one.
Who emailed? Or you want to read it, Chachi?
Yeah, I'll read
Yes,
this one.
let the
Yeah,
Chachi
actually,
have it.
yeah, you should read this one. Chachi.
After listening to the last episode of
Turning it off. I'm turning the iPad off.
Okay.
I have no idea where it's coming
Turn
from.
it off.
After just mute it.
There it is.
Keep reading. Keep reading. You're good.
After listening to the last episode of WMS, I wanted to put Undertaker versus Triple H from WrestleMania 17 into proper perspective. All right, Mike, I'm going to ask you, Mad Mike, I'm going to ask you to remain silent until the end of this email.
I think that's a new rule here because we'll never get through emails otherwise.
All right? While the trivia question from WWE Magazine stated that these two feuds are over the same thing, that's not the whole story from the first encounter. Before WrestleMania 17, Triple H went to the ring and bragged to the crowd that he had beaten them all, that there is nobody left to beat.
And to back up this claim, he did beat Steve Austin the previous night at the pay-per-view.
I lost my place. Oh, there it is. It was then we heard the Undertaker's music hit, and he came to the ring on his bike. He entered the ring, promptly said that Triple H had beaten everybody except him. The whole feud was over, that Triple H had beaten everybody in the WWE except for Undertaker, which was accurate to that point. In fact, on WWE television, Triple H has beaten Undertaker only one time, and that was later on. The fight was more about the Undertaker defending his yard than the streak. I can understand how using that one quote from the magazine can be misleading. I just thought I should share that with you because most of the hosts were worked up about WWE using the same storyline 10 years apart.
Wait, most of the hosts?
We all were.
We got worked up one way or another.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
You guys have an awesome show. Keep it up, Chris.
Thanks, man. And thanks for chiming in on that.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Mike, you got anything on that one?
It's still basically the same feud.
It is the same feud.
Same premise.
Yeah.
10 years later. Yeah. And he still
It's the
hasn't beaten
same feud,
Undertaker
except
WrestleMania.
Taker's entrance is going to be a lot slower.
And he still hasn't beaten the Undertaker WrestleMania.
Okay, I can agree with you here. It is pretty much the same feud. The only difference in the premise is that instead of it not being the only guy that Triple H hasn't beaten, it's to be the only person to beat the feud. Or not the feud, the streak.
The streak, yeah.
So, I mean, it's pretty much the same storyline, tweaked a little bit.
And granted, I only caught a little bit because we were a little occupied, but I really like what they added, and maybe I don't know how much they put on TV, how much it came off on TV. I heard Triple H talking about twilight of his career, only so much left. He doesn't even know if he'll be wrestling, for that much longer. So I think it's a different sort of stakes. More than the mid-career braggart Triple H, it's... I saw what you did to my friend the last 2 years, Triple H, and the reaction to that, and say, he didn't do it, maybe I can. And, I think, yes, it's the same basic premise, but, that's...
WWE.
How many times have you heard this premise?
Right.
So,
It's WWE.
Yeah, but
I'm just gonna stop talking about it because although I don't like the feud, I just hope it's a good match.
Yeah, well, hey, that's one thing.
Honestly, their first match is gonna be tough to top because I love that first match they had.
And I think that's why we want to step back. I was like, we're basically just biding our time to get to the damn match because I want to see it.
Everyone involved in the show wants to see the match.
I mean, I maybe don't want to see it as much as I wanted to see Shawn Michaels, but I'm kind of being reminded. It's like, oh yeah, Triple H can fucking go, and he made a lot of people look really good. And if Undertaker is a little bit over the hill, he will pull out all the stops that he has left in him for WrestleMania, and he has the last several years.
Right.
So,
I will say I don't want to see that match go on last though, even though I think it will.
I think it will, but
from the way it's looking, I think that Cena and Miz has also a good shot of going on first though.
So, was that I'm sorry, I'm still resetting.
We have Pierre
one more
Calais.
Who wants that? Mike?
All right, I'll take Pierre Calais to the WMS Nation.
That's us.
And the title is Rest in Peace WCW 10 years ago.
I saw this.
We have gathered here on the Wrestling Mayhem show to go back 10 years ago to this week when World Championship Wrestling, the vehicle that was home to such stars as, well, I'm putting stars in quotations, Johnny B. Bad, Barry Windham, the Total Package Lex Luger, Ric Flair, Ming, 3 Count, Raven and his flock, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, Eric Bischoff, Sting, and more among others, died of selling it to its rival company, World Wrestling Entertainment, for lower ratings, lower pay-per-view buy rates, smaller crowd, and boring matches. Why did WCW die? It was because of the 4 I just mentioned, or Vince Russo. Perhaps it was Jamie Kellner. Perhaps it was Jamie Kellner who got hired at Turner Networks who pulled the plug on WCW programs on TBS and TNT. Or the AOL merger with Time Warner.
Can I just say something real quick? Because I just watched the Rise and Fall of WCW through my Netflix stream.
Yeah.
This Jamie Kellner, I guess, was the one who looks like an asshole. I'm like you. I just don't like you. And you killed a promotion that sucked, but yeah, I don't like you.
Wow. Wow.
All right.
I don't like you, I don't like you, and I don't like you.
Either way, the Bible of WCW, known as the Death of WCW, said so. It was all true that WCW had a downfall at the turn of the new millennium. As a proud supporter of WCW, I established on Facebook an event entitled the WCW Memorial Day of Remembrance. In order to get involved with that day, all WMS fans must do the following things. Go on YouTube.com and search any WCW-related TV show, pay-per-view, or wrestler.
Check.
Play video games on old consoles regarding WCW in general.
I do have WCW versus NWO The World.
I got Revenge over in that box from Chachi Plays I haven't put away yet.
I wish 64. I had Revenge.
It's a good one.
Revenge is actually in my 64 right now.
Nice.
I dare anyone to play Backstage Assault, though. Remember that?
That is awful.
You know the game that came out in 2000 when WCW started to suck, but you couldn't wrestle in the ring?
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
3. Go down to a bookstore and buy The Death of WCW in the sports section. I'm sure you'll find that. 4. Gather your friends and throw a party to watch WCW VHS tapes and reminisce about what WCW meant to them.
I watched, it wasn't VHS. I watched Spring Stampede, 97, I think. And there was a match on there between Dean Malenko and Canadian Wrestler X. Very great match. That's why I miss WCW.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, 5, go on eBay and find WCW merchandise. Together, we can all relive the memories that is WCW. Thank you and good night. Pierre K., Mr. Techwood Drive.
Have a good night.
If that's all the fan mail.
I do want to say I watch way too much WCW, and I'm glad it's fucking gone.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of those things.
Yeah. Oh no, I respect it. I respect it.
Oh no, I'll play Revenge. Revenge is an awesome game.
I've done 2 of the 5.
Guys, we have one voicemail, but I want to hold it until we talk about Raw for last night. So let's get right here into Johnny Gargano. And of course, on the line right now is the man who earned those flag pants we talked about last time he was on, back from Japan just a couple of days ago, if I'm correct. Johnny Gargano returns to the Wrestling Mayhem show. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How about yourself? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. It has. And of course, we'll get into what you've been up to recently, but big accomplishment happened last week. Of course, we had our yearly Mayhemmie's award show for this. The finest award show in podcasting, I'm sure. But you sir beat out the entire year such greats as we were saying, Jerry Saggs, the Nasty Boys, Mike Quackenbush, your second interview with us at the Chikara Fanclave,
Puppet Christopher Daniels.
I don't remember the guy's name from Japan we talked to, but you won Best Interview of 2010, sir.
There you go. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I started off the year. I guess my interview was so sweet that nothing could top it all year. Look at that. That's pretty impressive for myself. I'd like to thank all the little people. I think that's cliche to say. All the little people like Gregory Iron. He's smaller. I'd like to thank him. Who else is small that I can thank?
You don't necessarily have to thank Puppet, but that's the only other one I can think of.
You can only thank little people in like acceptance speeches. You can't thank anyone over like 5 foot.
Okay. How about Hornswoggle?
7?
Can we thank Hornswoggle for this one? Did he play a part in your greatness?
I think. What about the midgets that were doink? Them.
Dink.
Good. I think that's about it. I can't think of any more little people. So we'll thank the midgets that were with Doink and Gregory Iron. That's just like a good couple of people to thank.
I think that's a good start. I got a good start. Good start. Well, here's your bid for the 2011 award, sir. Let's kick it off. Good.
Start right now. I'm starting it.
Right
I'm
now.
a little late though. It is in January. But,
It is.
It is in January.
March.
No,
So-
it's not January.
Oh, no, it's not January.
Yeah.
I don't know today, man.
I go to Japan, I come back, and it's January here. I mean,
I
what
don't
the
know. A lot
heck?
of crazy stuff happened. So
Sorg, you gotta stop drinking the whiskey.
I do. I'm sorry about that. Well, first of all, let's say you're just a few days off from coming back from Japan. We talked to you, tried to set this up before you left, of course, and a lot of the crazy stuff happened on the world scale. Well, I guess the first, you tweeted out, you let everybody know you're all right. I guess the first question is, on your end, where were you and how did it affect your trip over there?
We were okay. We were in Osaka, in Kobe, and all those places, which were roughly like 7 hours or something away from where the earthquake hit. Like, I got a bunch of emails saying like, "Oh, are you okay?" Okay, I was sitting there on my laptop. I watched like a ton of movies. I watched like Inception and like Black Swan, which is effed up, mind you. Black Swan is really, I couldn't even fathom what was going on in that movie.
I concur.
I was sitting there watching all those movies, and I get a bunch of emails asking if I'm okay, and I had no idea what was going on because like we didn't feel anything where we were until we looked up. There was a massive earthquake. We found that out, but where we were, nothing happened. I mean, it's funny because like I got all these emails, and Rich Swan, who I was with, says like "we good," and I was like, man, I'm gonna tweet that. So I tweeted out, Rich Swan says "we good." Funny thing is, Chuck Taylor wrote out this like kind of nice, kind of like correct tweet saying like, "Oh, like people in Japan were okay, like nothing's going wrong." Shima wrote out this like correct like, "Oh, everything's okay," and I of course tweet out, Rich Swan says "we good." And that tweet somehow made every single wrestling publication on every wrestling website. The politically incorrect Rich Swan says "we good" tweet made it out as opposed to all the actual nice tweets. I don't know how that happened, but I laughed at that.
I mean, it's short and sweet. That's Twitter. It was easy to retweet.
We good.
We good.
But yeah, where we were, nothing happened. Of course, like with everything going on with the radiation and stuff like that. And our last two shows were supposed to be in Tokyo. The final show of our tour was supposed to be in, Aragukusuma Hall. And that was, the big Compilation Gate pay-per-view in Tokyo. But because of like the rolling blackouts and all the radiation and stuff like that, there's supposed to be 11,000 people there. They had to cancel that show. That's like almost their WrestleMania. So they had to cancel it. So we were very disappointed about that. And we actually went home 5 days early from the tour because they wanted to get us out of there as soon as possible, just in case anything went down.
Crazy. So I mean, was there a lot of we're filtering through here. I don't know if you've caught up with any of the news and how they've been reporting it here. But I know there's a lot of less kind of misreported stuff. It makes it sound like the place is really kind of in turmoil right now. Is the ripples of that kind of going throughout the country, did you feel?
It seemed like people were being pretty cautious of everything. When we flew out of the Tokyo airport was just packed. People were trying to get out. And luckily for us, we were at the Tokyo airport all night. Our travel day basically consisted of, because we got flown home early, we were supposed to, as soon as the Compilation Gate pay-per-view ended, we had like a 6 a.m. flight to go home. And we'd be in Tokyo already. But we were like 7 hours away from Tokyo. So what we did was we got on a plane at 8:30 p.m. Thursday night. We flew from Kobe to Tokyo. We landed in Tokyo 10 p.m. Thursday night. And we had a 9-hour layover in the Tokyo International Airport where me, Chuck Taylor, and Rich Swan basically just run rampant in the Tokyo airport. Also, the convenience stores in the airport were just bare. They were dry because everyone is like taking food and stocking up on it just to make sure nothing else goes wrong. So all the convenience stores were just bare. Nothing was in it. Rich Swan was doing backflips. Random Japanese people were staring at him, probably scared to death because you don't see a lot of his type in Japan. We saw at least probably one other black guy, and that was it. So they were probably scared to death just looking at that guy. And then when this big earthquake comes, and now they're seeing this little dude running around doing backflips, a different skin color they've ever seen before. They're probably freaking out. But we had a 9-hour layover in Tokyo airport. We got on a plane at 6:55 a.m. Friday morning. had a 12-hour flight. We landed in Detroit at 5:53 Friday morning. We basically time traveled, and I had 2 Fridays. I wish it was my birthday. If it was my birthday, I would have had 2 birthdays. But it wasn't, and I just had a 42-hour Friday instead.
Excellent. Well, aside from that, I mean, you were over there with, of course, if I'm not mistaken, DragonGate.
Yeah.
And that how other than all the craziness there, how was the tour? I mean, is this your first time with DragonGate over there?
Yes, it was my first time. All of our first time touring for DragonGate in Japan. It was awesome, man. You can't help but get better, and you can't help but just raise your game when you're wrestling with some of the best wrestlers in the world on a nightly basis. It was awesome, though. It was an awesome experience, and hopefully we can do it again many more times in the future.
Excellent. I say it's been well over a year since you've been popping up on a lot of feds that we've had our eye on. Of course, you're a mainstay in AIW, PWO, Pro Wrestling Ohio. But you've also, I think you were just starting to get into Evolve, DragonGate USA, which I imagine led you to this tour. And Chikara, we were pleased to see you on the King of Trios weekend when we traveled out for that. Can we pretty much presume that all of this was from the amazement of the Johnny Gargano Power Hour?
I'd like to think so. I guess that made people realize that I'm kind of a little bit entertaining sometimes. And people should put me on their shows to maybe be kind of entertaining sometimes. So I'd like to think that's what happened, but I think the Power Hour ran its course. You never know. It could come back for maybe 1 or 2 episodes in the future, but I think it was good for while it lasted. It got very tedious, I like to point out. And then when it first started, it was fun. Then, as I think there was, 10 episodes? When, it started getting oh man, I gotta do another one this week. I gotta come up with more material, and I gotta come up with another thing that's funny. And then it just got oh god, this is gonna, and it got hard to do. But I think it ran its course and it was good for, what it was. It was different, so that's cool.
Excellent. What do you think of, some kind of copycats? It seems like a lot of people are. Scott Hall has his Last Call show. Zack Ryder, who's even in the WWE, seems to be going this route as well, since we don't see him on Monday nights at least. What do you think about this whole, everybody kind of latching on to the YouTube and doing their own thing?
I like to think that Scott Hall directly watched the Power Hour and directly ripped it off. That's what I'd like to think personally, because I'd like to think Razor Ramon knows who I am and cares about what I do, because that'd be awesome. I guess, it's the future of professional wrestling is YouTube and online and stuff like that. And that's what you got to do. You got to promote yourself and you got to get stuff out there. I mean, you can have 1 billion hits on YouTube, and that's pretty good for getting your name out there. So I mean, it's cool. I mean, hopefully Razor Ramon stole that idea from me. That'd be awesome. So we'll see.
Fantastic. And kind of other guys in TV. Matt Cross. We've seen a lot of you guys around the area, especially your big match in Resolution this past year in Cleveland, Ohio. I was fortunate enough to be there to see the craziness that was that match. You guys were literally battling on the rafters, up in the stands, everywhere. It was crazy. I recommend Pro Wrestling Ohio. Pick up that DVD, find it. It's a great match. He just recently got picked up, and I think they just finished filming Tough Enough. Do you have any thoughts on that? Are you looking forward to the show and seeing how he's doing?
Yeah, man, I'm pumped. If there's anyone who deserves to make it, if there's anyone who deserves to get that chance to be on television, it's Matt. Matt has worked hard for a very, very long time. And he's good. He's really, really good at what he does. And he deserves it. And he deserves this shot. He deserves the break. And I hope it works out. And I hope, hopefully he gains a lot of stuff from this and hopefully gets a contract and I can watch him on television every week. Cause like I said, if there's one guy, I've always said this, if there's one guy who deserves, a break in this business is Matt Cross.
Excellent. We have a few fan questions I definitely want to get in here, including one that just came in. Oh yeah, this actually just came in right before we got on to you, got on with you here, from Indie Wrestling Icon, I think is his name. He asked, is it true, to you, is it true he now glows in the dark and can cook a hot dog just by holding it? Does he have any other Fantastic Four powers? And he tagged it in his email, like on Twitter, I guess, Gamma Rays Rule.
I might have radiation. I may have that. I'm not sure. I have the new power of dislocating my thumb in and out from the tour. I don't think that is, that's a sucky superpower. But I mean, look at the positive. If I have kids eventually, they're probably gonna have an extra brain.
Okay.
So that's good for them. They're gonna be extra smart. Mike Quackenbush actually emailed me and said if I have superpowers, he's gonna be really jealous of me.
I think hasn't he on he does that one show, the Grizzly Big Bear Egg Cafe.
Yeah.
Haven't they speculated on what superpower they'd like to have on that show? Or maybe I'm thinking Forecast or something else.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure Mike has. Oh, I'm sure of it. Fantastic. But my dad when I got back said he put me in a dark room and I didn't glow. So that's a good sign.
All right, that's good. That's good.
So that hasn't happened yet. It might still happen in a couple years. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any short-term effects, but long-term effects we might see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, keep an eye out for that third testicle and such. So
yeah. Trust me, I've been checking on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
But every minute.
Ultimate superpower.
I just checked 5 seconds ago.
You mean hourly basis, right?
No, a minute. Every minute.
Every minute.
Yep. You can't see my hands.
It's just another excuse, right? I mean,
you don't know what my hands are doing underneath this computer.
That's true.
Worse has happened on this show. We did have Jimmy DeMarco on here. So, it's a few more questions here. Big Freaky, always a big contributor to the show. Yeah, yep.
Of course.
Well, he was mad we didn't ask some of his questions last time, so I think he recycled a few. He was really interested in us asking you about your experience and any memories you'd like to share about Cleveland All Pro and your time.
I love Cleveland All Pro. It was is where I first started. Is where I got my break at. It's where I got to wrestle guys like Alex Shelley in big matches. Nigel McGuinness, Christopher Daniels, Zach Gowen. I loved it there. It was fun, and it helped me grow as a wrestler and grow into the wrestler that I am today.
Excellent. And he also, we've been discussing lately, we had Jake Garrett on a few weeks ago, and of course we've been so enjoying TNA lately. And one quote that came out of that discussion was that TNA is a glorified indie, and stuff like that. Now we heard reported that you actually had a tryout with TNA. Can you kind of speak to that and what your experience was? What was your time there?
Yeah, that was like a year ago.
I think
it was awesome though. I liked it. It was fun. It was a big opportunity for me, and I wrestled Jay Lethal and I wrestled Eric Young. Both I liked the Jay Lethal match a ton, and everyone also liked it. Everyone in the office loved it, and they loved my character and they loved the charisma it brought. Mm-hmm. And they wanted to try and write something in for me that didn't end up happening. But funny story, that didn't end up happening. But I ended up if that would have happened, I would not have wrestled for DragonGate USA and would not have gotten an opportunity to go to Japan. So. Mm-hmm. Everything happens for a reason, in this business. One door shuts, another one opens. But everyone was awesome in TNA. I love the, backstage atmosphere. Everyone was really supportive of one another. And a lot of my friends wrestle there. So who knows, the Young Bucks wrestled at DragonGate in Japan and then went and signed with TNA. And Young Bucks are awesome. They're good guys. So you never know what could happen eventually.
Not only talking about your trial at TNA, maybe that didn't go through, but you did an absolutely amazing job holding back Daniel Bryan on an episode of NXT since we last started off with you. How was that being a part in a way with WWE?
It was cool. Michael Cole called me, and I know him for a while back, and he said he had problems with this Daniel Bryan guy. And he knew I fought him before he came to WWE. So I was called upon to stop Daniel Bryan from taking out my friend Michael Cole. And I think it did a very good job. Actually, I didn't because he got away from us, and it was scary. He's very fast, and he's very strong for his size. But after that happened, it's funny that Bryan got released and ended up wrestling him in AIW in one of my favorite matches ever. So everything works out.
Nice.
Now, did he wrestle you in AIW because you prevented him from getting to Michael Cole?
Yeah, he was really upset. He requested that match because I stopped him from beating up Michael Cole. He wanted to take it out on me, but he couldn't do it because we ended up drawing. It was a 30-minute draw. So I'm 1.5 against the best wrestler in the world. I beat him once, and then I halved him. So 1.5.
Always have that on your belt.
I think this is directed to you from the chat room, and maybe there's some pretense to it. I don't know. Is Alex Wright still sending you videos?
No, I got a restraining order against him.
Oh, good. That's probably for the best.
I got a restraining order. I called my lawyer, Clarence Mason. He filed a restraining order against him. He hasn't bugged me for a while. He sometimes sends me the odd, email from like a different address. But I'm like, I know it's you, Alex, right? I'm not replying to this one.
Like Berlin at gmail.com.
Yeah, Berlin at gmail.com. Like says.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's not fooling anyone.
Excellent.
Like
we do have another question in the chat room from the Wolf 87. We mentioned WWE. He asked, who would Johnny Gargano wrestle if he was wrestling at WrestleMania?
Shawn Michaels in an Iron Man match. I have Shawn Michaels come out of retirement and wrestle me in an Iron Man match.
Try to top the one Bret Hart.
Yeah. Because that was one of my favorite memories as a kid, watching that match and going crazy when Shawn Michaels was Bret Hart. Because I was like a huge Shawn Michaels fan growing up. As you can tell, he's painted on my wall, for God's sake. But him or Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was another one who is a big inspiration for me. And it was awesome because before I went to Japan, Chris Jericho actually tweeted me and said good luck and have a great tour and work solid. Wow. Which was awesome for me. I landed in the Detroit airport and I checked my phone and I like a direct message from Chris Jericho. And I was like, what the F? Like, this is crazy. But it was awesome. Like, that was, it made the trip even sweeter. Like, it made me look forward to the trip even more than I was.
Very cool. Bobby of J-Town, also asked in the chat room, who is the best technical wrestler you've ever wrestled in your career?
Some of the best, one of the best, like, chain wrestlers and guys like that was Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley's amazing. He's helped me out a ton in my career too. But he is, without a shadow of doubt, the best chain wrestler I've ever wrestled. The best overall wrestler I've ever wrestled. And this isn't just his gimmick. It's Bryan Danielson. Someone asked me what makes him the best wrestler in the world, and I could not answer that. Once you're in the ring with him, you know. Once you're done wrestling him, you know he's without a shadow of a doubt the best wrestler in the world.
Very
nice. Excellent.
And speaking of Danielson, I know that him as well as Cole Cabana are coming out with the new Wrestling Road Diaries DVD. I'm told you do make an appearance in that DVD, Wrestling Danielson, I believe an AIW show.
I do. I believe they were filming it when I wrestled him for the first time. I saw the trailer and I saw me for a second of it. So that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Like, even if I wasn't in it, I'm looking forward to watching that because that just looks like it's tons of fun. With the way freaking Colt is and the way Bryan is, it looks like it'd be highly entertaining to watch.
Excellent. So, aside from that, where are you working currently? Like I said, you've been around a lot. Where are people going to be able to find you here in the coming months?
This Friday I'm wrestling at AIW in Cleveland. It's me versus Ricochet. Ricochet is also wrestling for DragonGate in Japan and stuff like that, so we know each other very well, and it's going to be quite the encounter, I can promise you that. And then after that, April 1st, I am in North Carolina taking on Shima for DragonGate USA. April 2nd, it's Ronin versus the Blood Warriors in Atlanta, Georgia, WrestleMania weekend. And April 3rd, it's DragonGate USA again for me versus Rookie Doi in Atlanta. April 9th, it's CZW Best of the Best. That big tournament they do. April 15th, 16th, to 17th is the King of Trios. April 19th, it is Evolve on Tuesday night in New York City.
I can only presume you're excited for Stan Bush being at the Fan Clave this year.
I am. I'm pumped with the Fan Conclave. I love the Fan Conclave.
Man,
you can play Guess Who for 2 hours.
I did believe you did play with one Mayhem Missy last year.
Yes,
I did. I played about, I'd say, 75 games of Guess Who in a row. You do not know you do not know what it takes out of you to play 75 straight games of Guess Who. You just are mentally and physically drained after you do that. I think there's got to be like a limit set on how many games you're allowed to play. Because I was ready to go to sleep for about 48 hours after I played that many games of Guess Who.
Especially after probably having a match that night for night 2.
Yeah, like that's I was not. So, oh man, I regretted that decision in the morning.
Well, okay, was it the old school Guess Who, or was it the new politically correct Guess Who?
I think it was the old school one.
Okay, so if you ever want to do that again, all you have to do is just make like 23 copies of the black guy card.
That's true.
And then give them that deck to pick from. And you'll just fly through those 75 games.
The secret is you gotta ask which color eyes they have. Because only a certain number, if they have blue eyes, I think they're screwed.
You should, next year, you should really just like take a picture of yourself, put it as the Guess Who card, and then you'll beat every single person because you can just, be yourself the whole time.
I should just start cheating and Guess Who on the Fan Conclave. I just start freaking putting money on that freaking Fan Conclave Guess Who game.
Exactly. Make some stuff on the side.
Yeah.
Also speaking of Chikara and the King of Trios, they announced your first round match for the big King of Trios event with you teaming with Fist, making your first King of Trios appearance with Fist. You'll take on, I guess, Team Australia.
Team Australia? I don't know much about Team Australia, except they're from Australia. Hopefully.
I know one of them has like a gas mask.
Don't bring any babies. I hear dingoes eat them.
I don't know. I'll have to watch a lot of Rocco's Modern Life to prepare for this matchup.
Perfect.
Yes. Perfect. That'll prepare
Throw
you.
laundry at them. I hear laundry's a very dangerous day over there.
Is it? I don't know anything about Australia.
How did Mad Mike learn all this Australia? Did you watch like a National Geographic special or something?
No, you watched Darko.
No, my sister and dad were just there.
Oh.
And I have a boomerang. I own a boomerang.
And I did just realize that you're wearing bananas on your shirt, Mad Mike.
I am.
I don't know
in honor of our guest.
Fantastic.
Oh, there you go.
That threw me a little bit. We do one question from the chat room here, from Bobby FJ. Is Bryan Danielson a level 7 vegan?
He is a vegan. I went out to eat with him, and a couple times. And he is a straight up vegan. He does not eat any meat or anything like that, and it's very hard when you're picking out like places to eat. Because, he can't eat everything.
So not Burger King.
Does he have any telekinetic powers?
Does he have any telekinetic powers? He might. He's a very good wrestler. So, maybe he's not a good wrestler, and he just convinced me that he is through telekinesis. Never know.
I did see him miss a top rope spot at the dark match last night, so maybe he got a little bit of burger in there.
Who did you wrestle in the dark match?
Thanks, bitch.
It was no, I'm sorry, it was Superstars. So it was Dark to Raw. But,
yeah.
No, he had he was tagged up with Gail Kim against
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder and Zack Ryder's in the opener.
No, I think it was Tyson Kidd.
Melina and Tyson Kidd.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd.
You weren't even there. You're in Texas.
You were tweeting it.
I read things.
I was tweeting it.
Yeah.
I was tweeting it.
You were tweeting it.
So.
Yeah, that's right. Zack Ryder was the first match.
Yeah.
Tyson Kidd and his crazy hair.
Actually, segue here. Speaking of crazy hair, I know one Johnny Gargano has a new do that he's debuted over recent weeks. Tell us a little bit about that.
It kind of looks like Sonic the Hedgehog sometimes.
I know you were getting those comments about that.
Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah. It looks kind of Sonic the Hedgehog-y. I basically, my mom cuts my hair because she's a hairdresser. It's not just because like I'm a weird dude who was like, "Mom, cut my hair." No, she's an actual hairdresser. So I was like, "Hey, cut my hair and let's try and do something different with it." And she just cut it until I liked it. There was no real rhyme or reason behind it. It was like cut. Go to look in the mirror. Okay, cut more here. It basically ended up looking like Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was like, you know what? I just do it, and I rocked it out, and there you go, Sonic the Hedgehog.
So long as you're not growing out that one long hair like Matt Cross had for a little bit there.
No,
I didn't
I'd never do
understand that. I didn't get that. I don't.
Matt Cross has probably had every hairstyle, every beard style in the history of ever. So.
Oh yeah,
he did have a very impressive beard.
He did. Yeah, he showed up in IWC one time, and I thought he was that Grizzly Redwood or something from ROH. I'm like, what?
I was like, did Mike Knox give birth?
Fantastic.
Yeah, he was kind of crazy.
Fantastic. Well, we usually DJ Lunchbox in here is here, and he likes to ask the big question. And this is something like I say I reviewed from last year, and I remembered one. I remember
you gonna ask me to marry him or something?
No, not that big question. A big question, not the big question. So we talked a lot, and I think we discovered during the course of the interview that there's such a thing as Power Ranger birthday parties. So in this past year, did you have a Power Ranger birthday party, or do you plan to in the future?
Hopefully in the future. I did not yet. I can't even remember what I did for my 23rd birthday. I think I'm 23. Yeah, I'm 23. I can't even remember what I did for my 23rd birthday, but I don't think I did anything spectacular. I think I sat at home by myself and freaking watched Man vs. Food. I think that's what I did. I should have had a Power Ranger birthday party. I invited them over just for myself. How weird would that be if those guys just came over and I was just sitting here by myself, just like, I hope they entertain Power Rangers. It'd probably be a weird job to have. Like, if it's like, cause I can call them and just have them here, and I'm like a 23-year-old dude. Like, they can't be like, yo, look, 23-year-old dude, we're not Power Rangers for you. They're gonna have to be Power Rangers for me, cause I paid them. But, that's a weird job to have.
That would make a great YouTube clip. Just call the Power Ranger guys up, answer the door.
Versus the Power Rangers?
No, just answer the door. You're a 23-year-old guy answering the door for the Power Rangers. Yell, "It's morphing time," and shut the door.
They should hire them.
So you also have to order some putties as well.
They should hire him as a King of Trios team at Chikara. That'd be amazing.
Or dress up like Lord Zed, call the Power Rangers, and attempt to...
You've fallen into my trap. What was that?
Things get real quick when a Power Ranger gets shanked.
Fantastic. Johnny Gargano, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure as always, and hopefully it'll be not over a year before we get to talk to you again here.
Hopefully, man. It's been always fun. It's always a good time to be here and do all that good stuff.
Excellent. Hey, you got any base of operations where everybody can get those dates we were talking about?
Find me on Facebook. I'm on there. It's like facebook.com/thewholeshebangjg. Or you can just follow me on Twitter. I'm mildly entertaining sometimes on Twitter. Yeah, you can have your own Johnny Gargano Power Hour in like 20 or 140 characters or less.
That's a good tagline. It's a great tagline. All right, thanks. And for everybody else here, we got a little bit of Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold preview for you. We'll be right back. This was Stan Bush. I am so torn. Trust me.
Yeah. And a 1, 2, 3 kid.
Oh yeah, I love that they used the old 1, 2, 3 kid picture for that.
No,
there are parts that we didn't catch because we were kind of occupied. But that sounds dirty just that way. You just won NXT. Goodbye.
In a pool that he set up.
Can we do that?
We're here with Doug Bradley, most notably Pinhead from Hellraiser.
I'm a member of the Screen Actors Guild of America, and I've just advocated illegally downloading films. It'd be called Throwable, because it has nothing whatsoever to do with feet.
That is very true.
I wish you all the health in the world, but sort iTunes out, please.
Find more of this and other shows at sorgatronmedia.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Great interview there with Johnny Gargano. And look, it got a little darker. Hot Wheels is on the line with us. No, there's a shadow. That's what I mean, is there's a shadow there, and he's just a silhouette.
And I'm holding up a Hot Wheels car.
Nothing else. Why are you looking at me like that?
I found the monkey stuffed in the couch.
Stuffed in the couch, but it's not moving over a little bit there.
Wait a minute, I'm not over there.
Whoa, hey! Whoa,
ninja.
Watch it out, my ninja.
What the fudge, man?
Wow.
My bad.
We just got all wrong up in here.
Got all wrong.
Yeah, we just got all wrong.
Good criminy.
I lose my mind up in
I
here.
don't understand. What did you just hold up there, Mike?
We are a family show.
Say Hot Wheels.
Oh, there you go. Yes, that's Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Better representative. Anyways, it's a little
Lead the
belated.
way.
Yeah, we're going to get a speedy version as close to a Indie Minute as we can. WrestleFan, what's going on out there?
I'm going to try to make an exact minute. Well, first of all, the biggest news coming out from the Indie Minute this week is we have a new Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion from Manhattan Mayhem for last weekend. Eddie Edwards, one half of the American Wolves, the new Ring of Honor World Champion, defeating Roger Strong in what I was told was a great match. He is very young in his career, so this was a big win for him, winning the world title. Not only is he the Ring of Honor World Champion, he's also the first ever Ring of Honor Triple Crown Champion. First person to hold the world title, tag titles, and also the television titles. He was the first television champion. So congratulations to Eddie Edwards. Hopefully he'll have some great matches defending his newly won Ring of Honor World title. You can get comments from Eddie Edwards if you go to ROH's YouTube channel. Also check out ROHWrestling.com for more information on that. And also, in other news, if you like ladies and you like ladies wrestling, Shimmer is returning with a new set of shows March 26th and 27th, Berwyn, Illinois. They do a set of tapings usually for their DVDs. So that's, I believe, 4 shows within 2 days of great women's action. You get to see Shimmer champion Madison Eagles, tag champions the Canadian Ninjas, and yes, those ninjas, not those other ninjas.
Whoa!
What other ninjas, WrestleFan?
Mischief, Daisy Hayes, as well as others. Friend of the show, Sarah Del Rey. One match that was already announced is Japanese stars Ayumi Kurihara will go one-on-one with former TNA knockout Ayako Hamada, which is sure to be a very great match. If you want to check that out, Berwyn Eagles Club, March 26th and 27th. You can get your tickets still right now. You still have some time left if you go to shimmerwrestling.blogspot.com. And definitely get your tickets and support some female indie wrestling. And that is the indie news we have for this week in wrestling.
Fantastic. Wow, that was
about a minute.
That was actually about a minute. That was nice.
That's impressive,
that was
WrestleFan.
3 minutes.
Wow, that was great. Our Ring of Honor, really, the champion doesn't change hands.
WrestleFan.
It was very surprising, I guess, to most people.
Wasn't a pay-per-view? I mean, it was a big event up there, but it wasn't a pay-per-view, right?
No, it was not a pay-per-view.
The next one's
they do have pay-per-view. They do have pay-per-views coming up in Atlanta in April.
Yeah, earlier the double shot we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
So, cool. Let's see. Let's get right into it. First, we got a bit of news to get through, and we're probably running a little bit late.
There is news.
Oh, that means it's that kind of news. Let's not take over the whole show with this, guys.
Wait, what news?
All right.
We'll deliver the facts here on the Wrestling Mayhem show.
Did you see the chat room?
What's going on in the chat room?
We won't get too screamy and angry.
Said, did somebody say 3 minutes?
Yeah, I set him up for that.
Oh, he's gonna umaga this stuff. The first thing we talked a lot about, we were pretty angry about TNA's Victory Road you know, and what happened there with Jeff Hardy's situation.
So
by the way,
TNA being the professionals they are, rectified the situation and said, "Hey, I know you didn't like the whole 30-second match we gave you on the pay-per-view. So here's 6 months more of our shitty product."
That's not completely fair.
No, WrestleFan. Here's 6 months of our product when it was watchable.
Yeah. Attitude aside about it. But no, seriously, that has stuff going as far back as their old pay-per-views, their old weekly one-shot pay-per-views and everything.
Yeah.
So really, it's kind of a fantastic gift for having to endure what you did on that pay-per-view. Because
and it doesn't hurt them in the buy rates for the pay-per-view because they don't have to refund.
That's
everybody.
True as well, and they can use all the help they can get. So I mean that was cool of them as a company that really needs to and does pride itself on fan service, if not what's on TV, what happens around the event. We've all seen it at the house shows and everything. WrestleFan, there's other big news. What's going on?
Other big news. DJ Lunchbox is not on this week.
No.
And it's at the most inopportune time because it was revealed that Jeff Hardy got his court date moved back once again. TNA, this is from ProWrestling.net. TNA star Jeff Hardy was scheduled to appear in court on Wednesday in Moore County, North Carolina, to face drug trafficking charges stemming from his September 2009 arrest. However, the case was once again continued to a later date. The reason cited was that the district attorney's office is waiting for evidence to come back from the State Bureau of Investigation. So,
it's been like 2 years.
I don't know a lot about law or that kind of thing.
I don't understand the law.
A case that happened that started a year and a half ago. Does it take you a year and a half to get evidence? Really?
Especially when the evidence was confiscated at the time of his arrest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a lot of dancing by his lawyer because you have a right to a speedy trial, but you can definitely push out that issue.
Bob BFJ down in the chat room says, "I want to prosecute Jeff Hardy, but I don't know how."
More talk about from the case. Police back in September in 2009 found 262 doses of Vicodin, a prescription painkiller, 180 Soma prescription pills, 55 milliliters of anabolic steroids, a residual amount of powder cocaine, and drug paraphernalia. They raided his house back on September 11, 2009. So
yeah.
There's also reports going around.
I have that in my freezer right now.
Yeah, you will be arrested like in a week and be tried for like a year. But
exactly.
You don't have paint in your hair and paint your face. There's also reports going around reports of what happened Sunday at the pay-per-view, the infamous event. This is from eWrestlingNews.com. There are reports stating that Hardy arrived to the Impact Zone on Sunday way later than he was supposed to, and was found laying on his back in a corner of a bathroom backstage. TNA management was frantically trying to find him before the main event. Jeff was nodding off, and as noted above, he had to be held up on his way to the arena for the main event. Sting was quiet backstage, but was visibly pissed off. So,
which is funny, since I read another report on ProWrestling.net that says Sting wasn't visibly pissed off before the match or afterwards. No heat with the management. Bischoff, I think they said everything looked fine with Jeff until right before the match they couldn't find him and had to find him in his trailer and pretty much had to like almost drag him to the entrance.
Yeah, I've watched back. I actually watched back the video. The things I noted, you can there was a lot of smoke in his entrance, but you can kind of see that somebody was helping him.
It says stumbles.
And also interesting note that I didn't realize until I watched this edition of Botchamania.
Oh my God!
Thank you, Botchamania. The thing I didn't realize was for those that don't remember, Sting nails 2 punches. Jeff he hits Jeff with the Scorpion Death Drop, pins him. The thing I didn't realize, while he is pinning him, Jeff Hardy is trying to kick out. And Sting is forcibly holding him down, making sure he doesn't kick out. Like, he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't, understand that you're in the shitty shape. That's why we push back the match. So just work with it.
Yeah. I mean, if it was like an audible that like Bischoff came out there and say, "Make it quick, I'm stalling," and I knew Botchamania was going to have a field day with this one.
Their entire show was from this pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. And it's not like they haven't done that before, but this one they had a lot of fun with it. With like, these were the three worst matches on the pay-per-view part. It was the women's match. The commentary on the women's match was amazing. This is the most abysmal wrestling match I've ever seen in my life. It looked like just a complete clusterfuck.
Especially, I like the comment when Winter came out with the face mask or whatever she said, and it quoted, "I'm smiling because I don't have to watch this match."
Yeah. I mean, it was rough. It was definitely rough.
Speaking of rough, on Impact this week, basically the first 20 minutes or so was the shit on Jeff Hardy section of the show.
Which means one of two things: either they're smart and they're firing him, or they're going to turn him face.
Took them long enough.
I would say the second
make the
one.
drug dealer a face.
I mean, seriously, yeah, and you said that too. That kind of brings me to my point. There's a house show coming up here in Pittsburgh, guys. Okay, and now we've talked in the past. Even today, I was listening to an interview with Jeremy Borash, and the house shows are fun. The house shows are good. There's like I said, a lot of fan service. They're doing a lot of reach out. They were talking about their social media efforts. I mean, it's pretty fantastic what they do there. But they're still kind of anchored to this show, that makes no sense and really just makes wrestling look bad. Not like ECW made wrestling look bad in that way.
I think Sorg and I listened to the same interview today.
Oh yeah, did we? With the
WrestleCast?
WrestleCast with the UK Sun. It's a good interview. Jeremy Borash is the shit, and he's the one-man show as far as TNA Live goes.
He's a nice guy, no matter what he says about your family.
Yes, exactly. There's that too. He didn't say anything bad to me in that stand waiting for pizza at 2 a.m. at the Gathering of the Juggalos. He's a really nice guy.
Hey, at least he didn't call you an asshole.
You did not call me asshole.
And he didn't hope your family died. That was someone else.
I even talked about how my friend was calling him, like, I don't know who the Justin Bieber of that time was, but my friend just kept calling him that kid's name the entire weekend for some reason, and I BS'd with him about that. It's a cool guy, forever hardcore. He's done a lot of shit for wrestling, cool,
Nice guy.
But your shows, come on, guys. Like, we've talked, at least fan wise here, we can't watch the show. The ratings are doing something, but you're putting like these big names out, and it's obviously not doing anything.
Yeah, but Sorg, I mean, we talk about the ratings. Their ratings, like even their highest rated show, which they had a few weeks ago, was only like less than 0.1 higher than their previous highest rating ever. So it wasn't like
they're creeping up the scale. And
it wasn't like they broke a 2 or anything.
And it feels like they're throwing money at the problem, like whatever little they have, in comparison to something like WWE, WCW had. And it's just everything falls flat. But whatever elements that are working against them on TV are not there at the house show. The talent, we want to see that talent. We want to see that. But basically,
do you know what the main element is, Sorg?
Are we going to blame Russo again?
I was just gonna say the whole writing staff in general.
Okay, it's like because it's not the blame Russo show, Everybody.
Yeah, I mean you can't. I mean you can't just blame Russo for everything because he's not the only one writing stuff.
And we always
you just have to blame the entire writing team.
And we always.
So it does kind of annoy me by the fact that Dixie Carter fails to mention that Russo writes anything.
Yeah.
When they talk about something that was ridiculously stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that might not be
Russo didn't write that. So what is he doing?
Yeah, that's another thing. And who has input where? I mean, we hear things from guys like Johnny Gargano and guys that have worked there. Whether they say it's a supportive backstage and people are real receptive. But
I think it would have to be a supportive backstage, otherwise.
And so that's there you go.
I mean, that's like AA down there.
But Well, there's that. So they have a meeting before every show. But
my name is AJ, and I work for TNA.
But my point is this.
Hi, AJ.
Hi, AJ. Poor AJ Styles. That was some news. He got hurt in the last house show with Bubba Ray.
On the last
Bubba Ray.
Yeah.
Because Bubba Ray decides not to ever hit the middle of a table.
But I mean, basically it comes down to this. Like recently, we've had things where, personally in my life where I'm like, you know what? I'm not dealing with going to places that completely treat me like crap. We talk about phone service for one thing at Awesome Cast. We don't go to Walmart anymore, even though it's cheap and we saved money, because we pretty much got talked down to by a manager because they were jacking us around about a car battery. We don't go to...
Really, Sorg? Because I don't go to Walmart because they're the spawn of the devil.
No, I have a real reason. At Eaton Park...
I still go to Walmart. I enjoy their $5 DVD bins.
I don't go to Eaton Park anymore because I'm constantly tired of being... paying for disappointing food. That depresses me.
You know why you shouldn't go to Eaton Park anymore?
Because I found a hair in my food.
Well, all right. Besides that, the name is backwards.
I know. Okay,
Park
logic. I know you're on the logic kick. But I'm saying this.
Not even the smiley cookies can turn your friend.
But my point is, we talk about like the pay-per-views being so bad, but we'll still go and support the house show. You can't.
It's like I think either me or someone else mentioned before. You can't rely on your house shows.
No, and that's why, and especially since I'm not going to the house show. I don't like what you're doing as a company. I'm not entertained by what you're doing on TV. It's not even like, well, the rest of it sucked. None of them made sense, but at least there's a few good matches. That's not happening anymore, guys. Once in a while, you get the diamond in the rough with like the cage match that Mickey James and Victoria, whatever her name is now, had, and
because the women's matches have gotten so better now.
The women's matches.
TNA, thanks for flying out Alyssa Flash all the way from California.
For 9 seconds. So
Madison Rayne can beat her in 3 seconds.
Yeah, and I disagreed at first, but now I'm starting to agree with guys like Kevin Thornton. They're saying, there is no up movement with TNA, and
see, that's why, Sorg, that's why I kind of called it a glorified indie.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, they're getting their reputation on their house shows.
Yeah.
I mean, can you think of, because there are indie feds that have TV programs. They may not be nationally syndicated, but there are indie feds that have programs on TV. But they mostly get by on their house shows, and that's what TNA does.
Yeah. Are they though? Because I mean, okay, so you get a good name in all these small towns across America because you're not booking huge shows in comparison to something like WWE. Your house show's not, I don't think, built on your television as it is smart local marketing, which that's where guys like Jeremy Borash come in. But
my whole thing about it is you gotta deliver.
No, wait, let me finish. I mean, the point is, I've been trying to get to for the last damn 10 minutes, is that, I don't go to Walmart anymore because the Tire and Lube Express pissed me off. I'm boycotting TNA. It's good house shows, frankly, because their Tire Lube Express of pay-per-views just pissed me off for the last fucking time. And I'm tired. I'm always been the guy on this show. It's like, oh, that was good about TNA. I'll give it a chance every couple of months and no, you're consistently bad. It's not, to me, okay, some people are going to defend and like it. There's 1.2 rating people out there that love it, but
there's 1.2 rating that watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't necessarily, I mean, you never, they don't get a rating for it. They just happen to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I watch it every week. I'm not a Nielsen family or anything, but I mean, I watch it every week simply because I do this and I kind of have to talk about it. There are things I like on it, but
And people bitch. We sometimes bitch at TNA fans not knowing why they like the company. TNA fans bitch at us calling us WWE marks and shit. And if they want to be TNA fans, whether what we think of the product, or not, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Be TNA fans because for God, they're losing all the fans that they have. They might as well keep on to the diehards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kind of leads into something I wanted to get into quick.
Okay.
when we had Dave Lagana on a few weeks ago, he was talking about one of his buddies that does the official TNA podcast. And I actually took the time over the past week or so to listen to every single one of the Total Nonstop podcasts that they do. It's the official one from Spike TV.
Okay.
And it started over a year ago, like around the time when they were on Mondays Live and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, these guys, they have a good show. They do interviews with one TNA star per week, sometimes more, and they talk about Impact. And it seems like they're generally fans of TNA.
Yeah.
But it's been kind of funny to hear the progression, like over the timeline, over some of the stuff that's happened, and they almost seem to, like, I mean, I don't want to speak for them, but it sounds like that they're finding less and less reasons to really be fans of the product. And one of them works for Spike.
And that's the problem. And
it's like one of I remember watching, one of the things that annoyed me about TNA fans, whether I think of them or not, I was watching it was the big January 4th Impact when Hogan came in. And they were interviewing fans in the crowd, and then you have one fan that just goes like, TNA is awesome, Hulk Hogan's awesome, WWE sucks, and it's like, you're just saying because, and people bitch about the whole PG stuff. It's like, whatever. You want to see guys, beat each other with chairs for 10 minutes, that if that's your thing, that's your thing.
Dude, if you want to watch that, watch CZW.
Oh, there's plenty of indie feds still doing that kind of stuff.
CZW doesn't even do a whole lot of that stuff anymore. They've gotten really good with their wrestling. They've gotten really good with their wrestling.
And then you get better wrestling.
Well, also with CZW, they are in PA, and PA does have a pretty good crackdown on stuff like that.
True, and they do have the hardcore matches once in a while, but it's like, and that's the thing. I get sick of this whole PG stuff. I'm like, okay, I don't want to see the wrestlers kill themselves like they did 10 years ago.
Yeah, and that's different, and that's a different discussion. But anyways, like I said, I'm not going to the Pittsburgh show here. I'm not going to support them as far as that goes. I considered trying to see, because like I said, everything outside of the television show is kind of like, actually, it's not that bad. So but what if, and I don't even have cable anymore. Once again, I've canceled it. So it's like, maybe I'll be watching TNA and highlights. Maybe it'll be more tolerable that way in bite sizes. I don't know. But I'm not looking forward to that, even for the, hey, let's see what happens kind of thing.
So am I the only one watching TNA again now?
Maybe you're down to it. Let us know how that goes. And maybe we'll stop bitching about it every week.
Well, you know what? I mean, I was almost considering boycotting it because they fired Daphne.
Well, come on. I mean, they've treated better women worse in that company. It's just that's.
I don't know. They gave her a concussion and probably maybe put her out of the business and wouldn't pay her anything.
Okay.
And then they fired her.
Maybe she is the worst that they've treated.
Well, like we said last week on the show, hopefully she'll get that dollar bill.
Yes, she deserves it. I mean, she's put a lot of work and improved it tremendously since her WCW days. And I know she's been around doing a lot of really good stuff. So, on that note, Raw was in Pittsburgh last night on a positive note. Hi, Chachi. I mean, you were there. How'd you
Wait, Raw was in Pittsburgh?
Raw is Chachi.
I couldn't really tell. Raw is Chachi.
Now, when you guys went in there, did you say no slammies? Because I know every time the Pens have a game there, Burke maybe tweets no whammies. So did you say no slammies?
No.
No.
Fine then.
It's pretty cool. I mean, well, Chachi, when was the last time you were out at a Raw?
At a Raw?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to a Raw. I think that was the first Raw.
So first impressions, other than our interesting experiences. And encounters.
I think it was done well.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize they filmed Superstars before Raw.
And they won't be for much longer.
Yeah. That part threw me off a bit.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, no, that's not true, Sorg. It's going to the internet.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool.
But, the dark match at the end, the main event, I thought I appreciated that. I thought that was a cool thing to do.
Yeah, you didn't know they did that kind of stuff.
No, I had no clue.
And for those that didn't know, they advertised a 3-on-3.
Yeah.
But we ended up with Sheamus and Punk versus
Trips and
Triple H and Cena. Yeah. So
we usually go with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. The end was hilarious. after it went off air, or after the match was over, Cena and Trips were out celebrating and high-fiving everyone. And you pointed it out to me, but Trips started chasing this production guy around.
Like around the announcer table.
Yeah, like, it was like they were playing tag or something. The production guy got in Trips' way, and Trips just started chasing him. And, like, he ran to a corner, and it looked like he was tickling him. I mean, that's what it looked like.
He probably was. I've seen some weird shit after Raws at work.
The chaperone has turned him soft.
Yeah, he was tickling some, saying, "Say I'm the chaperone. Say I'm the chaperone."
Wow.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But no, that I like how they do the whole superstars and the. I'm gonna be excited when SmackDown comes here in May, because then I get NXT, I get superstars, I get a SmackDown, and probably some dark match main events. So
you should bring a Darren Young was on Raw sign.
Was he on Raw?
He was on the Raw roster, sir.
Oh.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Michael Tarver's been on Raw for like the past 2 months, and like no one's ever mentioned anything.
He has? I was very sad.
Yeah, he's backstage looking at people.
The true curtain jerker dark match was R-Truth and Zack Ryder. I know Chachi does not dig on the R-Truth, but you have to admit, people were into R-Truth for a dark. I mean, the kids, and we had a lot. I mean, we were in the cheap $20. I definitely bought my tickets in the last week because I'm up behind the stage, kind of deal. But I mean, they were all on it.
Yeah, they were. Everyone was what's-upping and having fun, and it was just ridiculous.
I mean, I don't blame them, you know.
Mm-hmm. And how did it come off on television? Because I know for us, it seemed everything was really hot except for the Divas match, the Divas title match, which is funny because the mixed tag was better off on Superstars than that was.
I really hate what Cole's doing during the Divas matches.
Yes.
I really hate that.
I find it hilarious. But it only assumes to me that at WrestleMania, Eve's going to get involved in Cole's match in some way.
I don't know.
Oh, I hope Eve kicks him in the dick. In fact, you know what? Here's what I hope happens at WrestleMania. I hope instead of another Divas match, after the match where Cole gets like 18 stunners from Austin, which you know is going to happen, Austin holds Cole, and there's just like a chorus line of Divas that all kick him in the dick for interrupting their matches.
It's like when what was it? It was when it was after WrestleMania on a Raw, but it was when Santino was talking crap about the Divas. And he had a match with Maria, and then all the Divas came out and just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But WrestleFan, he wasn't doing that during their matches. He was just doing it as a promo, just to, you know, like.
True, but it just make the thing about it. What I noticed from TV, I don't know about you guys in the arena. The crowd was pretty dead for the entire Divas match.
Yes, they were.
Until Cole got on the microphone and everyone started booing.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, we all know it's rough. I mean, we all know that. I mean, even I think the layman fan is not into the Divas matches. They're like,
I don't like the Divas
Let's
matches.
see TNA or something. Yeah, then nobody digs them.
But that's because they don't have any stories for the Divas.
No,
they
just falling flat. So they're bringing over Cole's, this is crap attitude from NXT, which is just I don't know, to just like admit. Maybe they're like, we can do a crappy.
That's what I was saying.
Maybe they're saying that this is a crappy product and we're still getting better ratings than you for this quarter hour than TNA.
So that's what I was saying when Cole was doing that on NXT with the Divas.
Yeah,
because it was like, okay, so just tell everybody that's watching that you have a shitty product.
Yeah,
and that
it's
nobody
so
should watch it.
I mean, it'd be one thing if someone's like, "Oh, this is crap," when it's like everybody's like, "No, actually, it isn't." It's like because it's a little bit of irony or something going on there.
But it was true.
But you know what? I think we have no one to blame for this but ourselves. Because when they did this on NXT season 3, the All Divas season, and they were mocking endlessly how bad it was, we all loved it.
Did we? I stopped watching. That's when. That's when and why I stopped watching NXT.
Well, I thought it was funny when they were just speaking candidly about the product. But see, the difference between doing it on NXT and doing it on Raw NXT is an internet show.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't for the longest time.
No, I'm talking NXT Season 3, WrestleFan.
No, part of NXT Season 3 was on TV.
Yes, and they had just started doing it before they went to the internet.
Okay, but when they moved it to the internet is when they started saying how bad it was.
They started they
were doing it in the beginning.
Okay.
All right,
but either way.
Fair enough.
But
go ahead.
the other thing is, the chicks on NXT were quote-unquote rookies. They weren't established. They were, for lack of a better term, okay to be mocked.
So,
but you're doing it like on Raw, live TV, and your champion of the women's division is in there.
The end-all be-all, because there's only one belt now.
Yeah, and that's not fair to the people in the ring who were actually having a decent match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's point it out. It was actually a pretty good match for a Divas match.
That match, and also the match that you had with one of the Bellas, whichever one.
Yeah.
It was like they were working through it. Like they weren't phased by the whole thing. They were just working through the whole thing. But which shows a lot of how the Divas
I think they should give some props for doing that, because I don't know who tells Cole to do that, whose idea it is, but it's really like
distracting.
The thing is, like, commentators, I don't care if you're a character, you still have to put over the product. Bobby Heenan was the greatest heel commentator of all time, yet he still put over the product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it
just got with the whole NXT part of it. It just got annoying when it's like when Caitlyn won and Michael Cole and Josh Matthews are like, God, I'm glad this shit's over.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So aside from that, the Raw was really good. You know, I mean, they're having the same problems they always had as far as divas, tag teams, whatever. You know.
Oh, and we got to meet Randy Orton's third wife.
Yes,
that was so awkward.
Another fantastic actress for his.
Well,
wife.
I thought the idea of the segment was really cool.
Oh yeah,
that was hilarious.
I was kind of calling
Punk, and the part when Punk nails him, and then Randy Orton's wife, in quotations, that's probably his real wife, I guess, but I don't know, starts like crying or whatever and stuff like that, and Punk starts mocking her.
And then he blows a kiss to her.
That was wow. Punk.
Like I almost wish it was her birthday so he could start singing.
Well, Riz brings out a good point. So if Mad Mike interrupts WrestleFan during an indie minute, it's okay because WMS is an internet show.
And that's exactly true. Yes.
So yeah, that's about half the show, thanks to Skype, unfortunately.
But no, what was I gonna say?
I don't know. Mad Mike, take his thought.
Well, I just love that, like, Punk's character is a unique heel because everything he still does has a defined purpose to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
Punk could have just as easily attacked Randy Orton's wife. And, to prove how sick and twisted he was, quote unquote. But what he did was he just lured Randy out and hit his punting leg with a wrench. And then
that's it. And that's the one.
And then
thing
he
I
said,
noticed.
"That's what you get for getting rid of my Nexus."
See, and the whole thing, CM Punk. I think there's a very good chance that Punk could win at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way it's been looking so far in Raws, Orton always has the advantage.
Well, not this week.
Not this week, but I mean, for the past 4 weeks, he's been putting members of the Nexus in the head.
Yeah. I mean, systematically retiring people or
or making them wear masks and do Stone Cold Stunners.
Systematically sending them back to FCW. Ooh.
That is true, but yeah, the only thing I don't think it would have made sense for Punk to attack his wife, only because we would have to forget the fact that 2 years ago Randy Orton attacked freaking DDT Triple H's wife and then kissed her on the lips.
Yeah, not to mention Vince McMahon's daughter.
Yeah, but I mean,
Definitely.
But it was still, I was hoping it wouldn't go the way of the Triple H home invasion.
Yeah, I was calling for the bus to be blown up, but...
Like, I swear to God, if Randy Orton hits an RKO within the first 2 minutes of their match at Mania,
I
quit.
I was calling for the bus to be blown up, then I remembered his wife was inside. Whoops.
Wait, so was also his daughter inside though? Also.
Yeah, Orton said his family was inside. So
whoops.
Yeah.
Although he should have rammed the bus with like.
Sorg wants to blow up children.
Like a Zima truck. That would have been great.
No, a Pepsi truck.
I want Punk to give someone a Pepsi bath.
On that note, guys, we gotta get out of here. So I want to know from you, Mad Mike, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
What did I learn from wrestling this week? Well, I learned that The Miz should have had a better new version of the championship because now it just looks like he's wearing it upside down.
Oh my god, that was genius, man.
It was hilarious.
I loved it. We were cracking up over there. It was great. The
I would have liked it if it was actually like his logo, like Edge did. That would have been fine. But
yeah.
All they did was remove the chuck and turned it upside down and put the chuck back in.
And not to take away from your opinion, but you have to admit, you expected that, right? You expected a rated R belt.
I expected it as soon as he turned the little microphone thingy.
Yes. Yes, but you're leading up to there, and you expected to be a rated R belt or Smoky Skull, Miz style belt or
Jeff Hardy.
Please God, not a Jeff Hardy style belt. I mean, and what did I say after they revealed it? At least it looks better than Hardy's.
That's true.
So there you go. I thought it was great, but yes, it's very simple. It's very damn simple. But I think that's the genius with it, and not everybody's gonna dig it. But that's why he's the heel.
Yep.
That's true.
So it worked. It worked. That was really a positive comment that you just gave.
WrestleFan, what'd you learn this week?
I learned.
Oh. Hello.
We killed WrestleFan.
Oh no, it was me. I killed the soundboard. My bad. That was a bad switch to hit, but I thought something else was off. Oh, here's the plug. Okay,
don't push the do not push button.
Let me plug this computer back in. All right, go ahead, guys.
Bobby F. J-Town said WrestleFan learned to shut the hell up.
Oh. Whoops! I did kill WrestleFan.
You killed WrestleFan.
That computer was plugged into that thing.
Okay. Who had Sorgatron in the studio with the soundboard? Who had it?
I did.
You win clue, Chachi!
Woo! He's calling over your face.
I should totally make a Mayhem clue.
Yes. Well, we're gonna just decline this. Chachi, in the meantime, what did you learn from wrestling this week, Chachi?
What did I learn from wrestling this week? I learned what 19,000+ people looks like waiting outside of an arena.
Yeah, that was kind of rough. There are less entrances to that arena than Mellon, and it kind of sucks.
Yes. What else did I learn? R-Truth is huge everywhere. Unfortunately,
not Green Bay,
except Green Bay. He did get the town right.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually had something. I lost it.
Well, while you think about that, I learned that
Shut your mouth.
I learned Skype sucks a bag of dicks.
Shut your mouth.
Oh, yeah, if you want to give a sec, I'll give it to WrestleFan here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, because I mentioned Kings of Wrestling in LAX at the pay-per-view, Briscoes and the World's Greatest Tag Team on ROH. So definitely go support them, because I learned that both WWE and TNA hate tag teams.
This is true.
We've known that for a while, but now the only team that TNA has left is Beer Money.
Excellent.
Because they broke up Inking at the pay-per-view. They're breaking up Generation Me. They're breaking up Gunner and Murphy because now Gunner has a singles title.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
The Motor City Machine Guns haven't been on in like 2 months.
Well, that's because Saban's injured.
I didn't know that. But yeah, the only ones left are Beer Money. And I wouldn't be surprised that when Hardy returns, him and Matt are going to win the tag title.
And it's so sad.
Him and Matt are going to feud.
And it's so sad because they did have a pretty good division going for a while there.
They did. That was the best part of the product.
It was something that we tuned in for. And then
they were like, no, I think the fans want to see, Rob Terry and like all these other, I think they want to see more Mr. Anderson, like, saying asshole 20 times.
I wanted to see Pope D'Angelo De Niro in an ill-conceived healing segment. That's what I wanted to see.
All right.
Where they blew the gimmick before they even did the segment.
That was a real tribute to my boss.
Chachi, did you come up with your thing? Okay.
I learned that Michael Cole hates women. That's what I learned in wrestling this week.
Because he shit on the Divas match. He called Jerry the King Lawler's mother a loser.
Yeah, Michael Cole hates women.
Wow.
Michael Cole is the spawn of the devil.
There you go. Rocking in the coal mine. From the chat, Riz learned that Yoshitatsu is weaker than an injured Great Khali.
Bobby F. J-Town learned John Cena's home is in the Penguins locker room.
No, it's not in the Penguins locker room. It's outside of the Penguins locker room.
Oh, well.
So he lives.
By the way, during that promo, did it look like
he lives in a hallway? Is that why he knows everyone there?
Yeah.
Yes.
WrestleFan? By the way, in that promo, did it look like he had an invisible microphone? Like he was just holding something to his holding his hand to his face and talking.
I think he was scratching his non-existent
He was talking
beard.
to Rita Skeeter.
No, I don't think so.
I think he was scratching his non-existent beard.
You know what the clue was, though? Is when he reacted to the crowd.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't happen on the via satellites.
Yeah.
Well, no. See, Sorg, I knew he was there because John Cena goes to every fucking event. I bet John Cena's
he wasn't going to base his promos on The Rock about showing up via satellite and then show up via satellite.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially like when he came out to face The Miz, he turned back to the camera and he said, "I'm always here." Perfect.
That we didn't get to see there live.
Oh yeah. He turned around. You could clearly hear him say, "I'm always here. No satellite."
He's like Jesus and Santa Claus.
And the Easter Bunny all wrapped in one.
Santa only comes once a year.
Cena's there every day. What?
Hold on, man. I got something for you. I almost forgot. AJ, who's been on the show recently, of course. He left us a voicemail. It's a rather lengthy one about the Raw show. Let me.
What's up, AJ? What's up?
I think this is him. Let me see here.
Hey, this is AJ. Sorry, I cannot be in your studio and in your face tonight.
What's up?
I'd call in and share this story, a tale of triumph, really.
It's longer, but it's worth it.
I went to the Monday Night Raw show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the city of champions and the city of winners. And as per usual, when I go to a WWE show, I sat in front of a very tiny 6 to 8 year old John Cena fan.
As we are around.
Now,
oh no, this sounds awfully familiar.
Better than you think.
This is just, it involves really just me sitting there listening to a tiny child scream about John Cena. And I just let it go because for the love of God, the kid's between the ages of 6 and 8. He can only do so much. So
What, so much damage?
I ignore it for the most part. Then John Cena comes on the screen and says that he will not be in attendance tonight. And I happened to turn around at that time, and I noticed that this kid's face went from smiling to the face of a child who looks like a puppy had just been kicked. And his parents are trying to calm him down because the kid is just distraught at this point.
I hate to be those parents.
Now, show goes on, show continues, kid's still not happy. I mean, he is literally mad.
I wish I had a boy.
And then John Cena comes back on the screen. He starts laughing at Vince's belt change thingy because it's just as stupid as he thinks it's just as stupid as we all did. So he, he's sitting there and he's on the screen. The kid's okay with it at this point. And then the guy in the Penguins jersey comes in, moves all the stuff, opens up the room. John Cena's in the Penguins locker room. I turn around and look at this kid. He looks like as if, Santa Claus just shot bottle rockets out of his ass. This kid's ready to go. It's the happiest thing I've ever seen. And I realized at that moment that I can't hate John Cena anymore. I really can't. Because John Cena provides happiness to children. And that's it. All that kid wanted to see was John Cena. John Cena is that kid's hero. It doesn't matter if John Cena has 4 moves or 5 moves. It doesn't matter at that point.
Nope.
Johnson, the whole reason his parents paid a sum of money, and where I was sitting, it was a sum of money.
Not like our section.
To see John Cena. That's it. That's all the kid wanted. He could care less about R-Truth or anybody else on that show. He could have cared less if The Rock was there, or Stone Cold Steve Austin was there, or Vince McMahon brought, somebody back from wherever they've gone. He could care less. All that kid wanted to see was John Cena, and that's what made him happy. And that's why I can't hate John Cena anymore, because he makes children happy.
AJ.
Now you see, if AJ was Mad Mike, he would get in the kid's face and start chanting, "Cena's not here. Cena's not here."
Or Cena's not real, kid.
No, stop.
No. AJ, the point of this is AJ has found the fondness in his heart for
children.
The sparkle in a child's eye of John Cena brings to the children and pleasure of.
I would just like
fair.
Wow.
I would just
to be fair. I was trying to educate
ahead,
that
Mike.
youngster on not cheering for a drug dealer.
Chachi.
All right, let me point something out to you that is ironic. We'll go with irony.
Don't you think?
Okay, so last night and every time I've talked to AJ leading up to this event, he has said the same thing. He hopes to God R-Truth doesn't make an appearance. Okay? AJ freaking hates R-Truth.
I know, he hates him.
To the point where last night, when R-Truth came up, I knew this and had to tweet at him, "What's up?" Alright? Just to point it out. At which point, he just responded with no. That's it. Nothing else. His tweet said no.
No, that is not allowed.
So, what I find funny about this call is he named 2 wrestlers. John Cena, and out of everyone else that was at that show, R-Truth.
That's the only other one that mattered in some capacity.
That's
whether he saw him or didn't.
I'm just like, what's up?
Yeah, that's all. That's all there is to it. But that was great, and I think that illustrates a real good point. And there's points in the chat here from Bobby F. J. Pound. He's the Hulk Hogan. He's what Hulk Hogan was to us. He says Bobby, revealing himself here, says he cried when Hulk Hogan lost matches. Admit it, I still do. Okay, no, I cry for other reasons with Hulk Hogan. But
I mean,
but that's the way it was.
There was Hulk Hogan for an era. There was Steve Austin for an era.
Exactly.
Now it's John Cena.
Exactly.
There is always going to be.
John Cena donates all of his miles, his 9 million miles that he's accrued, to Make-A-Wish.
Yeah. I mean, watch. It's on Netflix. We've been talking about. We watched a lot of Netflix.
Netflix is down right now.
Except we brought Netflix down apparently. But the John Cena Experience, I got to watch, and they talk a lot about what he does. This guy, it's one of those. The guy fucking earned where he's at.
Right. He earned where he's at, and he pays back.
Although at one point though, he's like, "Yeah, I'm the guy right now." But I really hope I'm not the only guy forever.
Yeah.
Because please, it was almost like this. Please, somebody step the fuck up so I can take a day off.
Yeah.
But not that he doesn't appreciate where he's at. But then you go into, well, I had a rare day off and watched the Speed channel for this awesome car show that I'm really into. And it was like, I think it was a longer segment about him at this car and just being enthusiastic about cars. Like, that's the most genuinely enthusiastic I think I've seen the guy. And it was like, then he's like, and I'll get a rare day off after he just talked about how many back and forth across the country trips he took in the week leading up to WrestleMania. So, just insane how that guy does it and still keeps in shape.
Yeah, there's always going to be...
At a ridiculous level.
Yeah, there's always going to be one wrestler that stands out for every child.
I don't know if somebody hit me up last night or going into it, or like, oh, you get John Cena, you got to be all happy about seeing him. It's like, no, actually, we're pretty happy with John Cena right now. Yeah. We're probably consistently like, I don't think I haven't been this happy with John Cena since he was the rapper originally.
No way, I loved it at the Royal Rumble we went to.
The Royal Rumble, we marked the fuck out for that. That's true too. I mean, and you see it. He's Hulk Hogan for this generation. That's what it is, and I think it's cool, you know. Yeah, real quick, Riz also learned that someone pointing at me doesn't mean they are going to get me down from the fucking sign. It was speculated that Riz was hanging from the WrestleMania sign, and I was pointing him last night. And also, Mad Mike, I have
Sorg, are you going to WrestleMania?
Well,
there's
actually picture. Mad Mike, I have a picture for you as soon as I get off of Chachi's phone.
I'll tweet it to you.
Go and tweet it to me. Is there anything else in here I missed?
Sorg, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
Yes, what did you learn from wrestling, Jackass?
I also found the fondness in the child's heart with John Cena and R-Truth. Yes, R-Truth. No. Wow, the stage looks a lot small. No, that's really the lame one. But no, seriously, the stage looks a lot smaller in that arena. We were above the stage. Really? It did not matter that we were back in the cheap seats in the corner.
Yeah, you know what?
That was cool. That was cool.
The sweet seat was worse.
Well, it was in the corner. That's why we're like, well, you would think Sid would.
Yeah,
you would think that they would have better seats.
Seats where we were.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it was. And we went back to our seats. We're like, wow, this is actually closer to the ring. What's going on? Yeah. But hey, on that note, guys, thank you. Crazy night tonight. I think a lot of good discussion for and against everything. Please weigh in your thoughts. Please let us know how right, wrong you think we are. WrestlingMayhemShow.com, Twitter @MayhemShow. Send your emails over to
Good times
at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, and make sure you phone your calls into
412.
You need to have this.
No, you know what, dude?
412-206-WMS0.
Thank you. And please check out all the stuff. We're on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold on your Android device and your iPhone thing.
When you take a break from playing Angry Birds Rio.
Exactly. Oh, I'm going to be stuck on that. I'll be playing that during the renders tonight of this show.
Sorg!
What?
Did you just challenge me to WrestleMania?
Can I that off?
I'm staring at the screen and you are staring back. That's an intense stare and you're pointing at the sign.
It's not a promo. It's not a promo. It's a, what was it, inter-ring activity?
Arena non-match.
Inter-ring activity. Although it was funny to see, like, the divas all, like, looking at WrestleMania. We're like, yeah, whatever. We don't care.
Thank you.
You slept your way into WrestleMania. Whatever.
It's like a nice sign.
That's like, that is a nice sign. All right. I didn't even get to see this picture. I hope
see you in the ring, motherfucker.
Anyways, thanks.
No, it wasn't a promo. It was an in-ring activity.
We weren't in the ring. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, Johnny Gargano, for joining us. Thank you, Hot Wheels, for dropping in for a minute.
Time.
Thank you, you awesome people in the chat room. You can join us 8 p.m. or so Eastern on Tuesdays at live.wrestlingmayhemshow. No, that's wrong. Live.sorgatronmedia.com. Actually, the other one might work too. I can't remember. But and I'm Sorgatron for the Mad One, the Corpus Christi critter of WrestleFan, and Chachi blowing the monkey.
Blowing up the monkey.
Blowing the monkey. We'll see you guys next week. Mayhem Show.